everybody. Weekly wrap from the office again. Seems it's just easier doing it here. I kind of want to get out and about and do stuff, but at windy days and the microphone doesn't work, and it's just easier doing it here, and I'll continue to do that for a little while. We had 2 runners last week. Luna Module, I travelled to Geelong. Beautiful day up there in Geelong, and we drew well again. She seems to have drawn really well the last few times. Look, she got a really nice run there from Declan Bates, but it was just one of those things. We kind of sat in behind them. They didn't go hard up front. We probably underestimated the winner, Russian Revolution, gelding that aren't they flying. And the second horse had pretty good form. They might turn out to be really nice horses. She just looked a little bit weak late. Declan Connor went to get out and felt like he was the winner at the top of the straight, and then probably, didn't want to either go through them or just wasn't strong enough late. And she, to be fair, at Ballarat at her start before that, she wasn't really smashing through the line either. So we might have to tinker with a few things. It might be that she's just a bit one-paced and get out over further and just get her rolling and see if she can kind of lead up and kick on, or a set of blinkers might help her as well. But we're not giving up on her yet. She's definitely got races in her. It's just working out her traits and working out what she's doing. Here's what Declan had to say after the race.
Yeah, just got Declan Bates after Luna Module ran 4th, did we?
Sure.
Yep.
Felt like that, yeah.
Yep.
Look, she's ran really well. She began lovely out the gates. I would have been happy to even lead, but a couple out wide were really intent on going forward, so I've took a sit behind them. And from there, they haven't crawled in front of me, but they've come back enough. And she travelled really well, come down the hill travelling really well. It felt like, as I've asked her to pick up, it felt like I was going to be able to angle out and launch over the top of them. But as I've gone to quicken, the leaders were quickening too, and they just weren't coming back to me. And she's actually picking up the whole way to the line, but they were just not coming back to her. So she ran very well, and she's probably ready for that little bit further. I don't know how far she's going to get, but certainly 1200 is going to be well within her scope, and hopefully she'll be going close. So yeah.
Thanks.
All good. Thanks.
Then we went to Pakenham last night. Globe was great at Pakenham last night. We went to the races thinking there was probably a couple of horses to beat in the race. One of David Hayes and one of Elliot, I think it was. Dirty Gin or Grin. We thought there might have been a little bit more speed on early, but he presented really well at the races. He did sweat up a lot before it, which was a little bit of a concern. You'll hear Mellon talk about that afterwards. But he's a nice, obviously it's been well documented, he's a nice big strong horse. He's going to be better probably over even further than a mile, which is really exciting for us, and he was really, really strong for the line. He does take about 40 or 50 metres just to really wind up and hit top speed, but once he hits top speed, he's got a massive stride on him, and he looks to be a horse that is going to have a bit of a future. What we do with him now, I'm not 100% sure, but we will we'll definitely have a look at the calendar, see how he pulls up, and then work it out from there. But I think he's a horse down the track that would be a perfect 5 Diamonds horse, 1800 metres for 5-year-olds. It'd be a really good race for him in the spring. But we'll leave that to Mick and Junior to work out on a night where it was a little bit emotional as well.
Great job. Well done, guys. Yeah. That was good. He's a lovely horse. Got a bit hot today, a bit sweaty and just a little bit stirred up, so didn't affect his performance today, but might just be indicating that he might have sort of come to the end of it. But I'll leave that to the stable to decide. But he's a lovely horse moving forward. You're going to have plenty of fun with him. He's got a beautiful rhythm in front, handled the ground well. He was always going to win the race. He had a good look around at the winning post at the last bit, so good to see him winning with plenty up in hand. So plenty of fun with him.
So that was our runners for last week, just the 2. We did have 4 triallers last week. We had, where did we start with? Tuesday it was. Zippo went round at Cranbourne on Tuesday. He's a horse that's taken a fair bit of time, big burly horse, and this was his first trial for us over here. look, he trialled quite well. That's all we're expecting. We were going there knowing that he was really well underdone, really well underdone. Probably need 3 trials. He's in the white colours here, and he was strong enough late. Here's what Junior had to say after the trial.
Righto, morning everyone. Heat 10 in the white colours was Bo Mertens riding Zippo. Zippo ran 5th, beaten 2 lengths, and that was definitely better than a pass mark for his first one.
Yeah, I was happy, guys. Look, he jumped out the machines really well, travelled right up in the pace. I sort of got dropped a little bit on the corner straightening up, but he actually got himself balanced again. Track's quite rough, in rough condition, and he actually picked up under his own steam, and look, I was happy enough for that first trial.
Yeah, so he jumped really well. He travelled like a nice horse, sat second. They went past him like Bo said. I thought at the 300 he could either drop right out, but to his credit he stuck on in trying conditions. Probably a choppy soft 7 out there, so thank you, Bo. I thought it was a really decent first effort. He's a smart looking colt, and Bo said importantly he heard no noise, which is good. So that'll bring him on a lot. He's obviously a big conveyance. Given it's Tuesday, we'll be trialling this guy again in 13 days time, so Monday week. That'll give us time to put a couple of gallops into him over 1,000 metres, get him fitter, and we'll go to a 1,000 metre trial Monday week, which will be the 10th of April. Thank you.
Then we had Anahita went round. She's back. We're looking for wet tracks for her this time around. She's certainly found that at Mornington on Wednesday. She led up the trial and she was nice and strong and probably untouched through the line. Look, she's coming in at the right time of year, and I think she'll be one to look out for going forward. Here's what the post-race had to say.
Sam, on Anahita's first trial back this morning.
Really happy with her. She's jumped well, and she's just cruised up sitting off a horse, balanced around the corner, and then she's clicking up really nicely to win that trial.
Beautiful, thank you.
Thank you.
And our second last one was Snow Boom up in Queensland with Tony Gollan. He trialled really well. He was in the Roller Dice colours and ends up winning the trial. Was strong enough through the line. The query, he's going to go to the races next week. The query on him will be whether he can take his trial form into race day form where there's a little bit more pressure early. These horses that control nice, and you don't see a lot of pressure early in these trials, and that can be the difference. And our last one was St. Onika. He had a jumps trial at Warrnambool. It was a pretty solid type of jumps trial, and I won't show you the whole part. I'll break it up and show you a few different parts. They kind of went down the back straight and went around, but he was really good. He chased a pretty hot speed. Tommy was really happy. Will was really happy with him. Said it's the best he's felt, the best he's jumped since he's been on him, which is a really, obviously a very high praise. Paul's got him in the right spot, and I think that he's in for a really good jumps campaign this year. Here's what Will had to say.
Phil Sananica, mate.
Beautiful, Paul. Yeah, very happy with him. Look, that's the best he's jumped for me. Very clever at the fences, long stride, short stride. Everything is very, very measured and correct with him. They've gotten a real good clip in that trial, so it's been a great education for him, really. And he's finished up well. He's fit the horse. I'd definitely be aiming towards the longer races with him, if that's where you're going to go. Stay as well. Didn't mind that ground today. It was nice and wet there today, so obviously he goes through that well. So he's fit and he's in a good place and jumping well, so looking forward to getting on him in the race track.
Thanks, Phil.
So that's him, and he'll probably head to the Briley. I'm not sure if he'll have another flat run on the way through, but he'll head to the Briley at Warrnambool on the Tuesday, and I'm sure there'll be a heap of people down there, and they'll be all up and about because the bull's really not that far away. So that was our 4 trialers for last week, 2 runners and 4 trialers. Upcoming, so there's a few coming up. We've got Commodity going around today at Benalla. He's probably missed a bit of work. He had a little bit of got a little bit of knock on the knee. Just on the cannon bone. Nothing serious, just opened up a little bit of a wound. So he has missed a little bit of work from his good first up run at Kyneton. I'm sure that he's going to run well today, but just with that little bit of work, I think he'll probably need this run to really top him off. So watch him go around. Hopefully he can finish in the top 4. and we can move on to that series race, which is a really good race with culminating in a $150,000 final. So hopefully he runs really, really well there. First Division's going to head over to Adelaide in the third. Benchmark 70 works out a really good race for her. It's a strong enough Benchmark 70. She's drawn barrier 1. We've got Jake Noonan on, who's riding really well. Look, she's going to go there. She's probably going to be our best of our week for the weekend, or our runners for next week. I'm just anticipating that she'll probably need a touch of luck at some stage. I think that, as I said, she's just going to need a touch of luck at some stage, especially from barrier 1 with her. So good luck to all the owners there, but I'm sure that she's going to go over. Maddie Raymond's reckon she's a different horse this time around. She proved that first up. She's going to get a nice run, and she seems to be showing a nice enough turn of foot. So that'll be her. Snippety Bobbins at Hamilton. Look, he's a work in progress. He's a horse that probably hasn't trialled as well as we probably would have liked. He's a big, burly, strong horse that takes a fair bit of riding. The blinkers are going to go on. We're going to see him run in a high weight race because he's such a big, burly horse. He's going to carry weight, no problems. We've got the best high weight jump jockey going around on him that's will be really strong on him. He has drawn a little bit wide, but I don't think that's going to matter over the mile first up. Just hope that he gets there, runs well. The reason for going to his high weight race is because he doesn't seem to possess a really good change-up speed, so we just want to see if he can really stick it out and really stay. And I'm sure he's going to carry the weight really well. Then we've got Snowboom. She'll head round, and I spoke about her before. She'll head round probably next Wednesday at Doomben. There's a 3-year-old 1200, I think. 3-year-old filly's 1200, which is a perfect race for her first up. So it's going to be a really watch and see, and we've seen her trial well a number of times. We just need to get to the track now and see if she can produce that on the track, and I'm hoping she can. And from there, she's a nice horse. We might even be able to bring her down here. She's a Super Vobis and Vobis Gold horse, so there could be a couple of races if she can show enough there on Wednesday. And Unthinkable, who comes off an unlucky run at Swan Hill last start. We've got a few races picked out for her. Ballarat Kyneton on the 4th. There's a race there for Ballarat on the 5th and Benalla on the 6th, so that's all days in a row. But we just got to pick the right race. I think one's 1850, one's 1600, one's 2000. So Mitch is working through that at the moment, but I'm sure that she's going to head there and be really, really competitive. Other run we'll see go around will be Futuristic on Monday. It's going to head round at Yarra Valley. Look, first up, I think he'll run well, but he's got a lot of improvement to come in him. You can see that off the trials. He'll head there. Yarra Valley will suit him, like that twice course. I'm guessing he'll be up there somewhere on the speed, and if his fitness doesn't give out in the last 40 or 50 or 100 metres, he'll be right in the finish there. So expect him to run well. A couple of trialists to watch out for next week. Talika will have a second trial. She was a little bit burly first up, so she's had a nice solid 2 weeks, and she'll go back to the trials. And Titar, a filly that we've got, Al Mansour filly that we've got, will be trialling as well, most likely Monday. If she doesn't trial Monday, she might trial the following week. Here's a little update from Mick Price on Titar.
Yes, just got Mick on the brew. We're in here with, how do you pronounce it? I say Titar, you say...
Titar. Yeah, Titar's good.
Yep.
She's a beautiful filly.
Yep.
Al Mansour, 2-year-old, and I reckon we are... Look, she's forward. She's definitely forward. She's got a beautiful temperament, as you can see. She's running half mile home, 2 in the morning in company. I reckon she's not far off trialling. I would love to get a run out of her because we're going to be April, and I think if you can get a run out of these fillies, like these, she should be a good 3-year-old filly. This type of filly, if you can get a run out of them and then spell them, they're ready to go in the spring, But if I can get a run out of it suggests soundness, turn of foot, mentally good. Hello, girl. But I think she's a lovely filly. She's a quality. She looks like a quality filly to work. And when look, we're not dashing her up, but sort of filly I'll be getting ready for a 1200 metre race, and then in the spring hopefully you have a good racehorse.
So I think the plan might be trial, not next week, maybe the week after,
Yeah,
2 weeks.
Yeah.
Generally it's 2 trials and then 5 to
Correct.
1200 metre race. By that
Correct.
stage, she's been up for a while. She's probably, done all the education work. She'll come back, have one run and then come back, and hopefully we've got a filly that can be pretty competitive over the spring.
Exactly right.
Yeah.
But nice filly.
Thank you.
So obviously he loves her. She's a beautiful filly. One run this time around and she'll head to the spring after that. So that was all our runners from last week and also our trialers and also our upcoming runners. Quickly wanted to touch on a few of our weanlings. You can see them here. It's that time of year. The sales are finished and Ryan's weaning off a few of the weanlings off the mares. You've got who have we got there? So you've got Fast and Feisty. That's a Gaieth colt at foot there. He's a really nice little colt. And we don't know what Gaieth's going to do yet, but we fingers crossed he's going to make a nice stallion. We've got a really nice impending filly that's off the mare Swing and Boom. We know Swing and Boom. We raced her, and she's a really nice filly as well. Lassie at Highland Reel, you can see her walking around there now as well. She's a nice filly as well. So it's that time of year where you can wean them off. They go off and you watch them grow and watch them develop from weanling to yearling. At the end of that process, we make a decision with the owners whether we want to just race on and take our time with them or put them through the sales. And that really depends on what Magic Millions and Inglis think of them as well. But it's a fun time of year for that. So we watch them with great interest. Outside of that, that's pretty much mostly done for us in the wrap. Rob was just going to put he's been on a sneaky little trip away for about 4 or 5 days over to see a few of his good mates over at Streaky Bay. So I thought he'd do a little bit of an update on that, and it's a beautiful part of the world, and I'm sure he had plenty of cold beverages. All in all, good luck to all our runners this week, and hopefully we can get a couple of winners out of that. First Division, Snow Boom are the two to really watch. Commodity and Futuristic will definitely improve off the run, and Unthinkable will be pretty hard to beat wherever she goes as well. So good luck to all the runners. I'm going to pass you over to the Big Bear, and hopefully he can get you a winner in the wrap, and he's going to have a little bit of talk about Streaky Bay.
Good afternoon, team. I'm back from Streaky Bay. We had a wonderful time over there, 30-degree days, and I've come back to winter. I'm in my skivvy and my roll the dice hoodie, so thought I'd give a quick recap of the weekend. Basically, we had Pete Shearer from Warrnambool, the legend from Warrnambool. He came. We had Tone Rankin from Tallarook, and myself. We all went across. Fantastically hosted by Nick Redding and the rest of the Streaky Bay crew. Clint McAvoy was there. Dion was there. Jeff was there. So we had a fantastic time over there. Quick itinerary was Thursday. We basically lobbed around Thursday. Had a day at the pub, and then Friday we had the Calcutta, which was fantastic. We had a real crack. We actually got a horse. We got He's a Shocker, so we sold that, and we piled into Vitreous Circle, but that was a forget run. Finished 5th last. I don't think I've ever wanted a horse to finish last, but if it did finish last, we actually got money for running last in the Calcutta. So we once we saw it going back in the field, we were hoping it finished last, but not to be. Saturday races, obviously. Fantastic day out there at Streaky Bay. I've sent some photos through of us at the winning post, and then Sunday a day in the pub, and just freshened up a bit, a little bit more soup of the day before we headed back safely to Melbourne. So for anyone that's never been to Streaky Bay, they need to go. It's an unbelievable few days. It's so well done with Philip McAvoy, Kieran's dad running the Calcutta, Terry McAuliffe, the race caller, he actually gets out of retirement once a year to call the races at Streaky Bay. So hats off for Terry for making the trip. A few of the trainers were there too, so we had a good yarn to David Jolly's brother Richard at the pub. So big tick for Streaky Bay, and we'll see you next year. Cheers.